We all have our developer accounts now, right? So we all have got our developer orgs ready. Now, what we are going to do today, we're going to start with understanding the standard Salesforce application, right? So let me just go back to Salesforce account. So this is how it looks, right? We are going to start talking about the standard Salesforce application, right? So first of all, we will understand about the standard application. We'll understand a bit about it, and then we will get into talking about how do we manage things and how do we customize things. So first of all, let's get introduced to this app. What all things we have, and what does each of these mean. So that's something which we're going to do. To understand this app, we will take a very small scenario and we'll try to uh, understand the sales and marketing process of this company, and we will map their process with what options we have got in Salesforce. That's what we're going to do. All right. So we'll just take a very small scenario and try to understand things with the help of that scenario. Okay. So let us assume a small scenario where I'm talking about a company called XYZ. Right. So there's this company called XYZ, and this company is basically into providing let's say they provide they sell projectors, okay, and they sell projectors to companies, okay, so they don't sell projectors to individuals. So there is this company called XYZ, all right, and they are primarily into selling projectors, and they sell projectors to companies, all right. So it's basically a B2B business which we are talking about. Okay, now we'll use this scenario, we'll use this company scenario to understand the Salesforce standard application, right? So there is this company XYZ, which is basically into the business of selling projectors to companies, all right. Now we are gonna just have a quick look into how will they plan their sales and marketing activities and what all information they need to store for that, all right. And we will also see how Salesforce can help them do this, all right. So what all different things they will need to track and how Salesforce will be used to do that. Okay. So when this company starts selling projectors, all right. So what is the first thing that they do? Any company, when they start doing business or they want to sell something, what is the first thing that they have to do? They cannot definitely go ahead and start with selling the product. So what do you think? What is the first thing that the company does? So let's say you are running the business. You have got projectors that you want to sell, and you want to sell it in the city where you are living. Assume that's basically your area. What is the first thing that you're going to do? All right. So first thing that you will do is basically figure out that, okay, this is the area where I'm going to focus on, and these are the people where I want to sell. So you basically define your target market, right? You will start with that, okay. Right after defining the target market, so let's say my target market is a particular city. I'm talking about Bangalore, or I'm talking about New York City, all right. So there will be a particular target market, all right. Once I've decided on that, what is the immediate next thing that I need to do? I need to start doing promotions. Okay, so the target market can be a particular city or a particular segment of people. Maybe I'm targeting students, or I'm targeting businesses, or I'm targeting IT companies. All right, so I decide on that, and right after that, what do I need to do? I need to start doing promotions, right? That is the thing, correct? So if I'm selling projectors, I have to let other companies know that, hey, do you know what? I sell projectors. Do you want to buy? Okay, so that's something which I have to tell them. Now, how do I tell them? To tell that, I do promotional activities. So all these advertisements, newspaper ads, pamphlets, hoardings, um, uh, website, Facebook page. There are so many ways of doing that. All right. Okay. So some promotional activities need to be done there. All right. Now I have a quick question. Do you think a company should keep a track of all the promotional activities it is doing? I just want a yes or no. Do you think they should keep a track of all the promotional activities they are doing, or they should just keep on doing the promotional activities? So my point is, if I am doing 4 different promotional activities in the year 2016, should I keep a track of which all promotional activities I did, or should I just do that and I should not track that anymore? Yes, everyone says yes. Very good. So absolutely, we need to keep a track of this. Now let's understand why do we need to keep a track of it. Because if you don't track your promotional activities, if a company just keeps on doing, for example, if I have to do a newspaper ad, I just go and pay the money to the newspaper agency and they do the ad. That's it. All right. And I don't track that promotional activity anywhere. In that case, what will happen? At a later point of time, at the end of the year, if you try to do some sort of analysis to figure out that how successful your promotional activity was, you will not be able to do that. So to track the success of a promotional activity, you basically need to track how many leads did you generate from that and how much revenue did you generate from that. At the first place, if you are not even tracking the promotional activities, then it will be difficult for you to track the return on investment, right? Um, you would see that a lot of small businesses, they keep on doing their marketing activities, but they never ever track that which all businesses they are receiving getting for which promotional activity. All right, so that's where the business does not have a clear understanding about which one to be done, which one should not be done. All right, so if you do 4 different promotions this year, you do it on social media, you do it on newspaper, then you do some email blast, and then you do some television ad. All right, next year you would definitely want to do better promotions, right? So to do better promotions, to do more effective promotions, you would need to understand which promotions worked good for you in the last month, correct? So that is possible only if you track all the promotional activities properly in your CRM. All right, so what we are going to do in CRM, we are going to track all these promotional activities. Will Salesforce let us do that? Yes, it will help us do that. There's something called campaigns. Okay, this is the first thing that we see right after chatter. I told you home and chatter are things which are not exactly related to the information that is getting stored. Home is just for some basic info that is to be displayed on the home page for the user. Chatter is more of a collaboration tool, right? From campaigns, we start talking about the CRM data, all right, the data related to the customer and the sales and marketing process. So campaigns is the first tab here, and campaigns is the tab which will allow you to store information related to all the promotional activities. So these campaign, campaign is what we call. All right. So you can just go to campaigns, click on new. Let's say I'm planning to do a campaign, a newspaper ad. September 2016. It's an active ad. Type of the campaign is advertisement. So here I've got the options to track all the details of the campaign, right? So this campaigns tab will basically let you track all the campaigns that you do. So every time you do a campaign, you should track it here. Okay. what is the start date? Start date of the campaign is 25th. It continues till 30th. Let's say the revenue that I'm expecting from this campaign is 20,000. Budgeted cost here is 2,000. Actual cost came around 1,800. Okay. So all these details are to be created and saved here. Okay. Let's do one thing. Uh, I would need one developer account username and password. Anyone who has created a new account, I would just need that username and password. The account that I'm currently using, this account has got some custom features already added. So for that reason, sometimes you might get confused looking into those. I don't want to get confused. Okay, so I have got the developer account username password. Thank you guys. Just use that. One moment. Please give me the verification code. You must have received it in your mobile. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, so I just got logged in with a new account just to ensure that you don't get confused with the customized things in that account. All right. Okay. So campaigns is the place where you can basically add the campaigns. All your product, all your promotional things can be added into campaigns. All right. What type of campaign? Status is planned. It's from 25th to 30th. Budgeted 2000. Expected 1800. The actual cost was 1800. We save it. Done. So this way, if you are trying to do one more campaign in October, you should track that. And if you do one more in November, if you're doing 4 more campaigns in December, everything should be tracked here. All right. So that's the first thing. Now, once I do campaign, what is the next thing? What happens? There are a few people who show interest in the product. They get to know about they get to know about me selling the product. They get interested in the product. They show interest, and they inquire details about the product. Right? That's what happens next. Now, in case someone shows interest in the product, what do I need to do? My next question is, do I need to track information of the people who showed interest in buying the product? Yes. Would you be willing to store information of the people who show interest in your product? Yes or no? Important information, we need to track that, right? So we need to track that information as well. So that part of information is tracked under leads. Okay, so let's say I did a campaign, and after the campaign I received a lot of inquiries. A lot of people who showed interest, they said that we need projectors, can you just give us details and all that stuff. All right, these are leads. Okay, so in sales terminologies we call them leads. A lead is basically you know a person or a company which is interested in buying the product that I'm selling. Okay, product or service which I'm selling. Right, and it is important for us to track all these leads. If you don't track the leads, then there's no point actually doing the campaigns, right? So we'll have to track the leads. Now the next tab that you get to see is for leads. Okay, this is where you go and track the leads. So just go ahead and click on leads. This leads object is basically going to help you track all your leads here. So just click on new lead, and lead name can be anything. There's this guy called Jeet Singh. He's from some ABC company. Okay, he's a sales manager. This person actually showed interest in the projectors. So I would like to track information about this person. Okay. Now, why am I tracking company here? Because I told you that it's basically a B2B business we are in. We are not selling things to individuals. We are selling things to companies. All right. So for that reason, I need to track information of the individual who showed interest and for which company. So actually, this guy is planning to buy projectors for his company, all right, not for himself. So I need to track information of the company, website of the company, fax, mobile, phone number, whatever information you have, you should track all this information for this individual and the company, all right? Phone, mobile, all these things. So that at a later point of time, you are able to contact the lead and you can discuss things further. Okay. Now, the next question that I have for you is, when you're tracking a lead in your CRM, do you think it's important for you to associate the lead with the campaign? That which campaign this lead came from? Do you think that is going to be important? Is it a good thing to associate the lead with the campaign? If possible, sometimes it will not be possible, but if possible, if you know that this lead came through this campaign, should we have a provision of associating this thing? Yes? No? Yes. Obviously, if you associate the lead with the campaign, then only you get to understand the return on investment of the campaign. I just run a campaign and I get a few leads and I don't even track which lead came from which campaign. Then how will I figure out that which business came through which campaign, right? So for that reason, it's important to ensure that you associate the lead with the campaign. So there is a field here called campaign which will help you associate your lead with the campaign. Just click on this. This is the campaign. Select the campaign uh, that actually helped you get the lead. Just connect it with this campaign and click on save. Done. The lead has also got created. Got it? Okay. Now, what is the next thing that follows? What is the next step? So usually once you have received the lead, your sales team starts calling the leads. Alright, so your sales team is going to start calling the leads, and some people will show interest and some of them will not show interest at all. Obviously, everyone who inquires for the product, they do not end up buying. Some people were just doing some sort of research and they just ended up calling you, but they are actually not interested in buying the product. Right? Sometimes you might have got some phone numbers wrong or email IDs wrong. You're not even able to contact the person. So everything that is added on the lead is not basically verified lead. Some leads are, some people are not interested, some leads are not verified leads. So now out of, let's say, 10 leads that I receive, out of 10, there's a possibility that these numbers can vary from company to company or business to business, but let's say, out of 10 leads that we got, only 2 are interested. Okay, 2 of them are genuinely interested right now. Other 8 are either not interested or are not, the correct information or something like that. Right. So now I have just got 2 people or 2 leads which are seriously interested in buying product, and they are actually evaluating different companies and different products. Now, the next question is, do you think I need to track a little more information about these 2 leads as compared to the other 8? Yep. Because I've got some basic set of information for all 10 of them, right? Out of these 10, there are 2 which show interest, which are actually interested in buying your product and they start showing interest. Now, it's quite obvious that you would want to track a little more information about these 2 leads, right? A bit of extra information, all right? Because they are showing interest and they might end up purchasing, all right? So what extra information are we talking about? When I say extra information, what am I talking about? I'm talking about a little more information about the company, stuff like which industry, how much revenue they have, how many employees work there. Okay, so I would want to track a little extra information about the company. Second, if possible, have a few more contacts in that company. Currently, I just have this one contact, Jeet Singh, for ABC company. All right. If Jeet Singh says, or if I can understand that ABC company is basically looking at buying projectors, so I would definitely want to have at least 1 or 2 more contacts under this company. Why? Because this guy can leave at any point of time, right? So if this guy leaves and if I just have his contact, then it will be a problem for me to continue the deal. Correct? Other reason can be this guy might not be the decision maker. Let's say he inquired about the product, but the moment we called him back, he said that, yeah, you know what, we are planning to buy projectors, but I am not the decision maker here. There is someone else who is going to take the decision. So you need to talk to our procurement department. Alright. So I need his contact details plus the details of the person from the procurement department. Got it? So I need more information on the company. I need a few more contacts if possible. Plus, I need details on the product that the deal that we are going to get from that company. Right? So, what exactly they are planning to buy? That's called opportunity. So apart from the information of the company, information about the contacts, you also need to track information about what they are planning to buy, when they are planning to buy. This information is also important, right? Just storing the website of the company, name of the company, phone number of the company, and the contact details is not enough, right? When a lead comes to me and tells me that hey, I'm planning to buy projectors, I would definitely want to ask how many projectors. I would definitely want to ask by when are you planning to buy, right? If you don't do that, then there's no point actually, right? So this will actually help us. This tracking opportunity is going to help us understand what the customer is planning to buy and when he is planning to buy, so that we can plan our sales initiatives accordingly, right? So that's something which we will do. Okay, so this company contacts opportunity. So from a lead, we basically need to enhance the level of information that we have, and we need to bring in more information for company, individual contacts and opportunity. All right, so what we're going to do here, we will basically break the lead, because in the lead you will not have so much of so many fields to track all this information, right? In the lead record, we do not have so much fields available, so many fields available to track all that additional information. So what we are going to do there, we are just going to break this lead into 3 different records, because in the single record I cannot track that much of information which is required. So we are going to break the lead into 3 records. So we will break the lead into an account plus contact plus an opportunity. So ideally, if a lead shows interest and is willing to buy product, we should convert the lead into one account plus contact plus opportunity, right? So that in account I can only store company information, information about the company. Contact can have multiple, in contacts I can have multiple contacts associated to one company. Opportunity can have all the deal related information, which product, when are they planning to buy, what is the current status, all that stuff. That is it. Okay, and to do this, you don't have to, basically follow a long procedure. It's a very simple stuff. On the lead, there's a button called convert. This convert button will do the job for you. All right. So once you click on this convert button, it will create an account, contact, and an opportunity. So this lead will get broken into 3 records, one account, one. So all the company related information that you have here will go to account. All the individual information that you have here will go to contact. And all the deal related information that you've got is going to go to the opportunity. Got it? So that is it. So we'll just do the convert part here. Click on convert. Okay. Just go ahead and click on convert. Okay. So there's a screen which comes in. Currently, you can just skip that screen. Okay. Once you do this convert process for a few times, and once you start understanding the data a little more, you'll understand what exactly was happening on that screen. Okay. So don't focus on that particular screen for now. Just click convert. Now what it has done, it has actually created 3 records for me, one account record. So see this ABC company, this is the record for ABC company, and we have got a whole bunch of fields to track information about this company, like website, phone, fax, rating, SIC code, number of employees, shipping address, billing address. So all details of the company can be tracked here. All right. I was talking about storing more information, right? So storing more information about the company can be done here. Okay. Now under this, you will find a contact. Under this company, you see there is a contact. Okay, which is a separate record. Jeet Singh Sales Manager. This is a contact. As I told you, you might need to track multiple contacts. So if you have one more contact, you can click on new contact and add that contact here. All right. So I'll add one more contact. Mr. Bhaskaran is for me. Okay, and let's say this guy is from the procurement team. Procurement. Okay, we need to get in touch with him as well. So we are tracking the information. So now you have the option of storing information about another person, phone number, email ID, mobile, all these things, mailing address. Okay, all information, which are languages does this person speak, any other description about the person, everything can be tracked here. All right. So this is basically in the contacts part. All right. I'll go back to the accounts and I'll go back to the ABC company record. Okay, so now I have two contacts. The same way you can add more contacts under this. All right. So you have 4, 5, 10, whatever you have. And then just below the contact, you will see that there is an opportunity section. All right. And we have got the opportunity here. Now this opportunity is going to store the information related to the deal. Right. So the deal that we are discussing with the client. What is the client planning to buy? When is he planning to buy? So if you click on edit here, okay. So if I click on this edit opportunity, you will see that there are a few fields here. Like what is the amount you are expecting from this deal? What is the close date of the deal? What is the current stage of the deal? All right. So this is all deal related information. This opportunity is basically a complete transaction. The moment customer showed interest in the product, or showed interest in buying something from us, we create an opportunity, and it continues till the time the opportunity gets closed. Okay, when will the opportunity get closed? The opportunity gets closed on yeah in case the customer buys the product from us, or the customer completely says no, that I'm not going to buy and I don't want to discuss any further. Okay, so that's when we close the opportunity. Till that time the opportunity remains open. So if you look at the stage, there are several stages. The last two of them of the stages are closed stages. All right, closed one, closed. Remaining all these stages are just open stages. All right, the last two are closed stages. The closed one, closed one. Okay. So an opportunity actually moves from one stage to the other stage. So when you start discussing with the customers, initially the customer showed interest, it will be prospecting. Then let's say after some time you are actually doing needs analysis. After that you're identifying the decision makers. Then you give a proposal, price quote. Then there's a negotiation. So you can keep on tracking all these stages from time to time. You can keep on changing this so that you can track the progress of the opportunity. That okay, fine, if there is a progress on that or not. And finally, you can either close it as a one opportunity or as a lost opportunity. A one opportunity is one where you have got the deal, the customer purchased the product from you. Lost opportunity, closed lost will be the opportunity has got closed, which means that deal is not alive anymore, and the customer also did not buy from us. The customer went ahead, purchased it from somewhere else, or the customer has dropped the plan to buy things. So that opportunity is not there anymore, but we did not even get the opportunity. So in that case, you should make it closed, lost. All right. So this opportunity is a record which will have a complete life cycle. Okay. So usually it will have a complete life cycle. It will go through different stages and all. Right. So that's what we will track in opportunity. Okay. Now the close date that we see in the opportunity is basically the date around which you are expecting the opportunity to close. Right. So if you feel the customer said that he's gonna buy in December second week, so I can put a close date of 15th December. So approximately around that time, either the customer is gonna buy or he's gonna give us a final say of whether he is willing to buy from us or not. All right. So that is the thing. That's basically what the close date of the opportunity is. So I'll just save this opportunity. So now we are tracking account contact opportunity also, right? So far we have seen we can track all the marketing campaigns that we do. We can track all the leads, inquiries that we receive. Then we convert the leads into account contact opportunity so that we can track more information about the individual companies, their multiple contracts under each companies, and we can track information about the deals. All right. Okay. This After that, if you look at here, this forecast, reports and dashboard. These three are the things which we are going to look into later. We'll get into this part a little later because these are things which need a little more knowledge on Salesforce. So I'm not going to talk about these three things here. Okay. Then we jump into contracts. In case the opportunity is a closed won opportunity, in case you get the opportunity, then what is the next thing that you need to do? There will be a contract, you know, signed between you and the customer, some terms and conditions agreed. That contract details can be stored in the contracts tab, under the contracts tab. Okay. Which company, which account? It's basically ABC. Who is the customer who signed the contract? So I have two people from that same company, ABC, Bhaskaran and G. Let's say Bhaskar is the person who signed the contract. Okay. What is the title of the customer, person who signed contract? What is the date of the signing contract by the customer side? Okay, things like that. And then we have got contract start date. Let's say the contract start date is today. It's valid for 6 months. Okay, so this contract object, basically the contract entity does not have information. It's basically not the terms and condition list of terms and condition. It has got basic information about the contract. When does it start? How many days or how many months it is valid? That sort of stuff actually gets into this contract entity. All right. So because this is again very important for you to track. All right. Now any special terms mentioned in the contract can be written here. Okay. There is, apart from the usual terms of the contract, if there is any special term that we have agreed on, that can be mentioned here, and then we can just go ahead and click on save. Okay, so the contract gets added here. Obviously, since you have got the opportunity, so all these things are going to come only if the opportunity has been won. So if it's a closed won opportunity, then only we are moving into this side. If it's a closed lost opportunity, then there is no need to sign a contract or anything. That's all right. Okay, so the next thing that you do is you track the orders that you take from the customer. Okay, so these orders are to be taken from the customer. Click on new and track which company, the order start date, who is the person from the customer side who authorized the order. The order was authorized by Bhaskar. Who authorized from the company side? The internal user who authorized the order. What is the billing address? What is the shipping address of the order? What is the contract number which is associated with the order? So this is the contract number, shipping address, billing address, and all these details can be put here, and finally we can save the orders. Right? Okay. Now, the next thing that we have to track. So after contracts and orders, we finally deliver the order to the customer. The customer received the product. Is that the end of the story? No, the story doesn't end there. Why? Because after the customer receives the products, he will have a few, complaints, cases, issues, questions, feedback, right? These things which he wants to share, and he obviously wants to track that as well. So there is a customer complaint about a product that also needs to be tracked, right? To track that, we will use the cases, right? We're going to use cases to track the customer complaints or questions or feedbacks or suggestions, whatever the customer shares, those can be tracked into the cases, right? So till here we have talked about the sales part. See, from campaigns to leads, this is more of your marketing section, right? It's where you are doing the marketing and you are receiving some leads. Okay, any verified leads gets converted into accounts, contacts and all. So this is where we are getting into the sales. Just skip the forecast thing. This forecast is not included. Everything else is related to sales. Alright. So the sales process started from the point when the lead got verified and it got converted. Then we started talking to them. There was an opportunity. We tracked the opportunity. We have tracked the contract order. Finally delivered the order. Fine, done. Sales is done. This is where customer support starts. Okay, after sales service. Okay, so this section is basically focused on the customer service or the customer support after sales service, that part of it, because we will need to track that. If the customer is facing any complaints or even if he is facing any issue, we need to track that as well here. Right. So for that, we are just gonna use cases and solutions. So cases is the object which will allow you to track all the customer complaints and all. Click on cases here. Click on new. Okay, who is the person who raised the case? It was raised by this guy from ABC company. Alright, what is the reason? The reason is installation was not done properly. What is the type of it? It's basically an electronic type complaint. Alright, the reason is installation. Which product? Okay. Let's say these are the products that we sell. Now this is the product for which the case has been raised, and you can put a bit of description here about the case. You can also put the subject line for the case and save the case. Alright, so the case details can be saved here. Status can be new working escalated case. Alright, let's say the status is going to be working, priority is high priority, origin, did it come through phone, email, web? So we just track that part and click on save here. Any details that you want to put related to the case can be put here, and then you finally click on save. Okay, so all the cases and complaints are to be tracked here, so that you keep a track of the cases which came and the ones which were resolved and the ones which were not resolved, so that can be tracked. Now the next thing is solutions. Solutions is a simple entity which basically has got a few common problems and their solutions listed. Okay, when you try to create this entity, a record in this entity, basically it allows you to track a few common issues and their solutions. Alright, let's say there is a common issue that project switch off after 5 minutes. Okay, let's say this is a common problem or common issue, and the reason for this is there are some settings change which need to be done. Okay, so this case there can be a few common issues and there can be a few common solutions for them, right? So those can be listed here in the solutions entity for two reasons. One, the customer support team can quickly look into these solutions and help the client. So every time there is a customer who comes up, instead of logging in a case, sometimes I can, if I'm sitting in the customer support section, I would receive a call from the customer, and the customer, let's say, says that, hey, what, my projector switches off after 5 minutes. And I have this solution, so I can quickly check it from the solutions table and suggest the solution to the customer. In that case, I'm actually reducing the burden of the cases which are being logged in. All right, that's one thing. Second is, we also have an option of enabling the customer. And that's something which you will not be able to do right now. Later on, you guys can do, just for your understanding. You can enable the customers to view the solutions directly. And for that reason, you'll have to purchase a few special licenses for your customers. But your customers can actually have access to the solutions directly. So in that case, what will happen? The customers themselves can actually go and check for solutions for the problems that they're facing. Right. So again, that helps you reduce the burden on your customer support team. Right. So that's the reason why solutions is there. And then we have got products. Okay. So what we have got next is products. Product is basically, the entity where you track all the products and services that your company provides. Do you think we should have a list of products that we are providing or selling? We should, right? The list of products and the services that we offer, that needs to be there somewhere, right? So products is the entity where you are going to track all that stuff. Just click on new and then you can track. Let's say there is a project with number GC1432. Okay, and code for this project is GC1432. All right. So this phase you can just keep on adding all the products here. Okay. So that is the thing. Fine. So that's a quick overview of the app that we have. Okay, the standard app that we have now. Having talked about this particular app, what we have done or what we have seen is just a quick overview of that. All right, there are a lot of more functionalities which are available into this app, right? Because being world's most powerful CRM or the most popular CRM in the world, they definitely have got a lot of functionalities inside this, right? Each of inside each module or inside each entity, there are a lot of other functionalities which are included. But what we're going to do is we are basically not going to get into that part right now, right? So that's basically not our focus area. Okay. The objective of talking about this app was just to give you some background of this application, what it is and what it can do, right? And I would also suggest you guys to not get too much into details of the app at this point of time, because our focus is basically the admin part. Okay, so we are basically going to sit and learn admin here, how the administrator is going to manage things. So we just wanted to have a quick overview on things, so that this entire interface is not completely new to us, right? Now, the next thing that we are going to do here is we are going to understand about how understand things about how a system administrator is going to manage this application, right? So that's basically our focus area. One more thing, when I say that there are a lot of functionalities available inside this app, okay. Along with that, Salesforce also gives you the option to build your own capabilities or build your own functionalities on this app. All right, so you can actually develop a lot of more features apart from the ones which are already there. We can also build a lot of other features and functionalities, because every company's business requirements are different, right? So depending on the business requirement, they will want to create a lot of additional features or functionalities. For example, currently I just have cases and sorry, I have contracts and orders. I want to track invoices as well, so I can develop that feature here. Okay, the same way there can be something else that a company requires, so those can be developed. So that's also something which we are going to basically look into, how this app can be customized and how we can actually develop more features on it, and how do we manage the users and how do we manage data. So these are going to be the primary focus area for our training program. All right, so we'll continue to discuss further on this. Now for today, I think that's what we're going to do. If anyone has a question or query on this, please let me know. You guys have the option to raise your hand now. Any queries, you can raise your hand.